Hola, ¿cómo está? Guten Tag. Hello, world. Nick with Hawks Pro Detailing. It's a rainy day. It might even be Easter. Who knows? That'd be kind of weird if I was doing this on Easter, right? It might be Easter. I have the day off. I can do videos like this. If you can tell me how to pronounce this, I'd be grateful. Oberk. Today we're going to review their cut, their polish, medium cut pad, red finishing pad, microfiber cutting pad from Oberk or Oberk. Probably butchered that. We've got the red pad, we've got the white microfiber, and we've got the yellow pad. I want to talk to you a lot about their system. I've heard great things about it. I'm going to use it on my 15 Mark II from Rupes. And what we want to do, this is about 1.5 years old, this Mitsubishi here. It's actually my father-in-law, so stakes are really low, helping out a family member, not experimenting on a customer's car, but I really have been wanting to try these for a long time. So I know it's going to be hard to see the swirls, but you know, this vehicle has seen better days. I'll give you a quick run around it. I'm not going to show you the wash and prep process. I really just want to get to the polishing. So let's get into what we have here for this vehicle, and then let's get into the product review for Oberk, their paint correction system. So, you know, it's raining out a little bit. We're gonna take this into the garage, but you know, it just looks like this paint probably is full of like contaminants. It's not abused. It's not overly babied. It's a daily driver, you know, for the in-laws, and they're retired, but I mean, they drive it around town a lot. So you're not gonna see swirl marks in this light, but you know, you will see the fact that this vehicle has been used, I would guess, if I had to guess, maybe 20,000 miles on this, but maybe 10, who knows. There's some orange there, that's an iron deposit we're gonna wanna remove with the clay process. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hit this with a degreaser bath, a nice strip wash. We're gonna use a clay bar iron remover. I'm gonna get this paint ready. We're gonna drive it into La Casa de Hawk Pro, which is kind of messy, but most of what I do is mobile, so don't even worry about it. And let's try to make this thing really shiny with the Oberk pads and polishes. All right, so my daughter Penelope has been helping me. Thanks, Penny. Super Clean or Power Clean, whatever APC of choice you have, all-purpose cleaner. Did a nice bath, so a strip wash. Then did Iron X with a clay bar. And then followed it up with like an ONR wash, right, rinseless wash. And then a paint prep bath. So what we've tried to do is remove all the contaminants from the paint. And, you know, it's looking pretty good. I would say mostly contaminant free. You know, it's already looking nice. I mean, we could throw a sealant on there or a wax. And this would be a really nicely washed car. Hey, Penelope, what do you think? Is it good? She says it's good. So we're going to pull it into the garage and begin polishing. So now that we've got this under the lights, you can kind of see, tell me if you see those swirls right there. So you can see swirls in the paint right there as you follow the reflection of the light, you know, those holograms. So that's what we're looking to remove here. I'll tell you, interestingly enough, I bought their polish and I cannot find it for the life of me. So they actually sent me, Oberk sent me their cut. So I'm going to try their cut with a yellow pad and try to work really low and slow here, and we just want to see how that turns out. So forgive the discoloration of this Rupes pad, but the first thing out of the box is the yellow Oberk pad. It like feels smaller, and I think maybe the Rupes pad is just a little bit taller. So maybe it's a little bit thicker. This feels more compact, but I'm kind of excited because to me it feels like I'm going to hold this tool and have a little bit more control. That's why I like my Rupes 75E so much, because it's so small, I have so much control. So I'm looking forward to this 15 millimeter backing plate pad, the yellow pad. We're going to try some cut. I'm just going to put this on speed 1 and let it run for like 20 seconds just to get it going. So the panel does feel a little bit warm from a lot of heat. This is what the pad looks like. I think it's definitely primed. I'm going to put it up to speed, let's just say 3, and work very slowly here. All right, let's check that out. All right, I'm hoping you can see kind of the residue left on the surface. Let me just wipe that down real quick. What I'm hoping to do is, like, because it's white paint, be really stoked on something and feel like I'm good. But I'm seeing this result and, like, yeah, a lot of the swirl marks are gone, but I feel like it may need another step. What I'm gonna try, I'm gonna try that red pad. I mean, the paint looks clear, but I feel like it could use another step just to bring out some gloss. And I know we're using their cut, but it definitely took care of, oh man, I would say 80% of the swirls, easy. Easy. So it was a swirl killer for sure. And that didn't finish off too bad. I'd like to look at it from another angle, actually, because sometimes I don't trust my own eye. Yeah, it's just hard to tell right now. I feel like I want to try their cut with the red pad. Same process and see what happens. I felt a lot of red finishing pads in my day. This one feels firmer than like what I'm used to from Americana Global. So let me try that same spot and we'll go from there. Nothing like doing a video to prove that in the real world, it's not super exciting, especially as you're finding through test spots like what really works for you on the paint. Speed 1. Speed 3. I definitely should have taped this up, and we'll probably do so for the rest of the vehicle, but let me just wipe this off. I don't want to get that on trim, obviously. It's not the ideal. So I've kind of decided we're going to do a gloss enhancement polish. It's not going to be perfect. I've done this panel here and the 2 doors. You know, I think it's looking halfway decent. Let me share with you my thoughts, because I just saw some amazing results right into here where probably the car wash is scratching a bunch. I used their microfiber cutting pad, which I talked to Oberk, and they told me that it's a little bit more expensive to make, but the microfiber strands are longer on this. So I have just been really enjoying. I almost had a crisis because I know all I have is my cut, right? And I'm like, I'm just not finishing the way I want it to. And then I'm like, okay, think about it as a gloss enhancement polish. So I've been trying to keep these pads clean. And for the most part, I'm just going to stay with red and cut. But for areas that needed some extra love, like that's looking pretty glossy. And I just used their cutting compound. I know white's a forgiving color and this is kind of a random video, but I am actually looking for acceptable in the real world. And I love the cut that this is giving me. I like the red pad, but the cut with the microfiber, you guys, it's plush. It's, I don't know. I sense a lot of potential with that combo going forward. All right, continuing on here. What are my thoughts so far? I mean, I like the red with the cut. It does a capable job for sure of like cutting and finishing on this paint. So far, I love that compound and microfiber. I'm gonna keep cranking away here. I've just done a third of the hood, so right here, and then I've done that side of the vehicle. I hope that looks halfway decent. Gloss enhancement, one step type of polish here. Just kind of going with my thoughts. Yeah, not gonna do ceramic pro. Okay, get back to work, Nick. We'll see you soon. So I've just been applying, that might be way too much product. 3 drops. As I move around the car, gonna move the cord behind me like that, and then just kind of see that? There we go. There's some swirls. So let's just give this a couple of. I've just been informed by my father-in-law he's going to turn this vehicle in tomorrow as a trade-in. So I don't think I'm going to spend too much more time dialing this thing in since I'm not getting paid. But I do want to test the red in the cut, and if that won't get it all, the microfiber in the cut. So let's give this a shot right now. Do you see the swirls? Kind of going this way and that way. You see them finally just right about there where we're catching the light. I mean, from here, this panel's not done. This is red pad. And this is the microfiber pad with the cutting compound. Why don't we try this? Let's remove the tape. And let's be really honest, real time, no gimmicks. It's so hard to tell on, it's hard to tell on white paint, isn't it? So tell me what your first impression is. I think this looks glossy, but I can see in the light all these swirls and scratches. And it's crazy, you guys. Nothing. So let's look at the 3 sides. You can probably see in the paint right there some imperfections. I mean, this whole section didn't get dialed in, so it should be pretty swirled. There, you can see it a little bit. You see it there? Okay. Swirls. And then if we go to this middle section, this was the red pad. And to me, that's what I was using on a lot of the hood. To me, that's pretty good. But you can still see a lot of the swirls and scratches. Especially right there on the right-hand side of your screen. And you're going to see that tape line. And as we go past that tape line, you know, there might be one red. Only at this angle would you ever see it. That could be my towel. But I don't know. I'm very impressed as far as what this was able to do. So, am I someone with 30 years of paint correction experience? No. I've only been alive 32 years. But what can I tell you so far? I like this product a lot. The dusting was not really a problem. As you can see, I didn't tape up anything. There's a little bit of dusting on the windshield over there. But you can see right there. Right there. This is where the red pad area is, right? And yeah, it looked pretty good from above, but look at the microfiber with the cut. And I mean, obviously you could polish that out, but like, it doesn't look all hazy. It's not as if that's like the haziest part of a vehicle you've ever seen. I don't know, that looks pretty good to me. I don't know. So my favorite part so far is using the cut with their really plush orange back microfiber pad. I love using microfiber as a paint correction step. So this is my favorite thing. So I'm gonna find that polish, I swear to God, and do another review. But like, if you guys are looking for just something fun to try out, a new combo, and you kind of believe in the system, because Rupes will tell you all about how their systems are all scienced out. Oberk has 3 pads from what I can tell. The microfiber, the yellow, and the red. And they've got 2 polishes. So sometimes simplification is a beautiful thing. I want to thank Oberk for sending me all this stuff. I actually bought a $50 thing of polish that I cannot find. So I used all of their free products today, and I'll give you that much. I wouldn't advise going for a one-step with a cutting compound and a red. I would say it makes a lot more sense to go for a one-step with, maybe a heavier, pad like a microfiber and a polish. But let's look at here. This was definitely two-stepped with the compound. This was microfiber compound or the cut, and then it was red and cut. There's no polish used, and with the right lighting, like that looks pretty good, right, guys? Yeah, and I two-stepped that to get a little bit more depth removal, but again, no polish used. So from the right angle, this vehicle is looking awesome. So let's share some final thoughts here. I really love the Oberk compound, the cut with that microfiber. It felt like it had a relatively thick interface pad, kind of like the Meguiar's one, but I'm not going to try to pretend like I know everything about paint correction. I'm above an enthusiast. I'm definitely a professional, and I know what I like, but I can't really explain it. Hey, this is Meguiar's Express Spray Wax, and the vehicle's done. I can't wait to try the pad, the microfiber pad and the cut, and when I finally find the polish, I'm stoked to try it with maybe like a yellow pad or a red pad for just a super easy gloss enhancement polish. So more testing to come. This is not the final punctuation mark on Oberk for me, but I really enjoyed using their products on Mitsubishi.